day. And so every day, Mom goes to the police station to see if there are any updates, hoping that they'll have something. And every day, she gets the same answer. No news, no leads, no Luis. And years pass, and Mom stops coming every day, and she just comes once a week, and eventually that turns into her coming once a month. And as more time passes, she starts to only come to the police station once a year. And at this point, officers know her so well that she'll just walk into the station without saying a word, and they'll look at her and they'll just shake their head, and she'll know that that means they have no updates for her. But despite that, Mom never stops believing that her son is still alive, and she never gives up hope. Ever. So then I guess you have to ask, what happened to Luis? Well, obviously he was kidnapped, and we don't know a ton of the details of this part. Like, we know he was taken from the park, we know he and the woman got on a plane, and that they flew from California to somewhere on the East Coast, and we don't exactly know where. And we know that then, somehow, Luis ends up getting adopted by a couple, and that couple raises him as their own. And Luis knows he was adopted, but he doesn't know he was originally stolen. But anyway, from there, he lives a fairly normal life. Like, he grows up, he later joins the Marines, he goes and fights in the Vietnam War, he comes back, and then he goes and fights in the Vietnam War a second time, and then eventually he comes back for good, and he becomes a firefighter, he gets married, he has kids of his own. Meanwhile, Mom, on the opposite side of the country, she still hasn't given up hope. Like, she still goes to the police station about once a year to see if there are any updates, and there aren't. Even so, she continues to keep baby Luis's photo in the house, and she keeps a newspaper clipping about his abduction in her wallet at all times. And so decades pass, 54 years after Luis first went missing, and it's 2005. And at this point, Mom is 92 years old, and sadly, she passes away, never having found her son. So any hope of Luis ever being located or reunited with his original family are just gone. Until more time passes, and it's now 2020, and that is when we meet this woman. Her name's Alita. Alita's 63. And one day, just for fun, she decides to take one of those Ancestry DNA tests through the mail. So she takes it and she gets the results back, and whoa, that's weird. She's a match with some man she doesn't recognize. Not only that, the results say that she shares 22